Happy Monday. I just tried to go on live and for some reason my camera completely shorted out. So I'm going to try it again. But today it's Monday, what's today? April 23rd. And today I'm going to talk about two different things. I'm going to talk about the TERRAfit Fitness Challenge. We have a 12-week challenge coming up, so I want to make sure I plug that because it's an amazing opportunity to really work on your health, use essential oils, and just focus on any personal issues that might come up when you're really trying to change your own personal habits. And then I'm also going to talk about just Mondays in general because Mondays are really tough days for me as a business owner to get moving, and so I'm going to talk about the oils that I use to deal with any slumps or any challenges that might come up for me simply because it's Monday. But before I get started, I'm going to introduce myself for those of you who don't yet know me. My name is Hillary Wolf, and I work with doTERRA Essential Oils. I am a doTERRA wellness advocate, and I work with individuals to help them find freedom in every aspect of their lives with the use of essential oils, business mentoring, and personal growth opportunities. So, TERRAfit. I am officially a TERRAfit coach, and what that means is I'm helping to facilitate a 12-week fitness and wellness challenge that is put on by TERRAfit. And this particular TERRAfit program is an absolutely amazing program that works with any level of fitness that you might have. And it really works from the ground up. So it really works on your own personal health and wellness foundation. And it works at the cellular level because you are using essential oils. You are using small daily actions to really change your habits, your personal habits, your health habits, your wellness habits, and in general, just your positivity and how you're approaching everyday actions and everyday eating choices and your workouts. It's just an absolutely hands down amazing challenge. I am currently doing a challenge, and it is a challenge that's an obvious point to put across. It is a challenge because it is 12 weeks long, so 3 months, oh my gosh. But the actual daily actions that we are hoping to accomplish every day and that are listed out for us, including eating healthy, eating whole foods, eating a whole lot of vegetables, getting enough water, working out, getting our heart rates up during the day, completing small daily challenges that are really helping us get outside of our comfort zone and really work on that overall wellness piece. All of those small daily actions are really helping move this challenge forward. So this is something that you can do at any fitness level. It's something that you're going to be using essential oils and supplements and whole foods to really build up your health, whatever health level you're at. And you get me as your coach. And not only am I doing this with you as a challenge, but I actually, back in the before time, used to be a fitness trainer, a health coach. I used to coach cross country, and I have my bachelor's in exercise science and physiology. So not only do I get to really help inspire and motivate my team to really move forward and work towards any cash prizes or any giveaways or just your own personal goals and results, I also have the science background to really get you what you need in terms of getting to the end of the challenge and getting there with results. So, not to toot my own horn, but I'm tooting my own horn. I am a really great option for a coach for TERRAfit Challenge. The other piece about the TERRAfit Challenge that I want to throw out there is Jen and I are holding an informational meeting tonight. It's online, so you can just jump on your computer wherever you happen to be, or you can jump on the phone. It's through Zoom, but we are just holding a quick meeting tonight at 7:30 Mountain Time to just give you the details, give you the information. What does it take to register? What does the challenge look like? What type of giveaways are there? Is this worth it? P.S. Yes, it's worth it. And it's going to start on May 7th is when the next challenge starts. So come join us for tonight's meeting at 6:30, and I will post the Zoom link so you can get all the information about TERRAfit as a 12-week challenge and a really great way to ramp your own personal health and fitness up for summer. And we will be sending out samples and doing giveaways for anybody that does register for the challenge and wants to try oils if you haven't tried them yet, as potentially using them as part of the 12-week challenge. So make sure to jump on our Zoom. Again, I will post the link tonight at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. We can't wait to see you there for the TERRAfit challenge. But then I'm also going to chat about our Mondays. So I noticed for myself, obviously I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, I own my own business, I'm my own boss, and I've noticed that one major pattern that comes up for me is not wanting to do things simply because other people expect them of me and simply because other people are telling me to do them. So actually, this is one of the reasons I became my own boss, is because I don't like being bossed around. It's kind of a good thing, not always a good thing, but when it comes to Mondays, this particular personal pattern of mine really kind of sneaks in there and causes issues. I don't know if issues is the right word, but when we think of Mondays, it's really going to be, when it comes to business, it's your day to set your intention for the week, and it's your day to really start off on the right foot and set your mood for the week, right? Mondays, woo, Mondays. But for me, for my super exciting pattern, I have noticed that Mondays instead tend to be that day where I'm having to leave my weekend behind, even though I work on the weekend. So really, why is Monday that big of a deal? But I'm having to leave my weekend behind. And now, according to this work week that I've been used to most of my life before I really started working for myself, Monday is the beginning to the grind, the daily grind. And of course, my automatic thought process when I get up on Mondays is, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to participate. I don't want to contribute to Monday. I don't want to have to do anything simply because it's Monday and everybody says I have to have a good start to my week. Well, I'm really working on changing that particular pattern, because Mondays can be a really, really great day to get yourself moving forward for the week. But since I use essential oils, of course, my automatic reach for is my oils on a Monday morning to really get myself started, because I know that Monday is a really important day and a really keystone piece of my week, so that when I get to Sunday, then I can look back on my week and be like, oh, here's why I had such a successful week, and a lot of it had to do with Monday. So Monday motivation, here's what I'm going to grab for oil-wise. I'm always going to say, and you've probably heard me say this, that hands down my number one oil that I'm going to grab for in the mornings is, no questions, for me and for my kids, it doesn't matter if it's Monday or not, is going to be rose. And doTERRA actually has that one in a roller ball. Of course, I don't have my roller ball with me right this second, but it's in a 10 milliliter roller ball, so it's about this size, and it's pre-diluted, so you can just roll it on the back of your neck, on your chest. When in doubt, just roll any oils on the bottom of your feet, because don't forget, your feet are the second largest core of your body, so wherever the oils go on the bottom of your feet, eventually they're going to go through the skin. They are going to affect not only the surrounding tissues that they're touching. We don't really need them to help the bottom of our feet necessarily, but once they penetrate the skin and get into the bloodstream, those essential oil molecules are going to get to every single cell of the body, including passing the blood-brain barrier and getting into the brain, to really help with your mentality, to help with your emotions, and to help with your motivation, right? That's what we're all about on Mondays. So rose oil, number one, that's going to be hands down my number one. Rose essential oil has the highest vibration of any essential oil on the planet. So if I only grab for one during the day, it's going to be rose, because not only is that going to lift my emotions, it's going to ground me a little bit. And just as any flower oils do, it's going to ground me, but then it's also going to emotionally uplift me. And that's what I need for Mondays. I basically need to have like a big, huge dance party in my house and celebrate that celebrate the fact that it's Monday, and really kind of change my mindset and get moving. But with Rose, that's going to kind of be my own little dance party in oil form. So it's going to be the back of my neck, over my chest, or on the bottom of my feet. Rose has really strong staying power. So that means that that particular oil is going to stay on your skin, but also get into your system for a longer period of time. And you're going to be able to smell it. So when you put it on, somewhere where you can still smell it, even if it's already doing its job. So I tend to like roll it on my neck, on the back of my neck, and then wherever I roll it, then I'll still take the bottle and I'll smell it a couple times just to make sure I'm smelling it, I'm getting it into my brain, I'm getting it into my amygdala, so my emotional center, and I'm also able to still smell it throughout the day if I'm putting it on my neck or on my chest. And the other one, and I've mentioned it before, that I always grab for and that I always have with me is a blend that doTERRA has, and that's called Balance. So Balance is tinted blue, and one of the reasons it's tinted blue is because one of its main ingredients or main components is called blue tansy. So Balance as a blend is actually really great at calming the nervous system. So when we have a lot on our plate, or when we're looking at, oh my gosh, it's Monday, and typically, society-wise, Monday is a stressful day. We're leaving behind the weekend. Oh God, here comes Monday. A lot of times we're gonna need something to kind of help de-stress us, to kind of help calm us, and then enter a situation calmly and confidently and ready to go. Balance is gonna do that physiologically for your system. I use it to calm myself during the day. I use it to calm myself before bedtime. Sometimes I use it to help me sleep, but it's really more for just grounding myself and getting centered. The cool part about Balance is that blue tansy, that essential oil from actually a wild flower in the chamomile family. That blue tansy is what turns it blue, but it's also the oil for inspired action. So if you've heard any of my lives, or if you've talked to me about oils before, you'll know that my favorite thing about oils is addressing your emotional system along with your physiological system. So everything has to do with energy. Our emotions are energetic, just as our cells and our physiology is energetic. So what I like to do is I actually like to hit the emotional side of an issue before I end up touching on the physiological. So a lot of these oils that I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about what they're going to do for you emotionally, because each oil is specifically tied into dealing with a particular emotion based on its chemistry and the electromagnetic energy and the frequencies that it's putting out. It's helping deal with certain emotions that may emit particular frequencies. So with the blue tansy, that one is actually the oil of inspired action. So I can use it on its own, or and I can put it in the diffuser, or I can just grab my Balance and put it on to help keep me grounded. And that emotion of inspired action, oil of inspired action in Balance is really going to help move you forward. A couple other things that I'm going to grab for are on Mondays are things that I'm going to want to help boost me up, because of course Monday morning my automatic response is really to drag myself out of bed and be like, oh, it's Monday. Well, why do I do that? Because I love what I do. I love my job. I get to talk and do lives on Mondays. I get to talk about oils all day long. I get to talk about the body. I get to talk about physiology. So why am I really having trouble dragging myself? And it really is, it has everything to do with changing these old patterns that I'm recognizing in myself. So not only am I going to grab oils to really uplift me and to have that oily dance party, so to speak, but I'm also going to grab oils that are going to help work on moving through those habits or those patterns that may not be working for me. So a couple of the ones that I'm going to grab to lift me up are going to be things like wild orange. Not only is wild orange calming to your system, but it makes you feel good. If you think about opening an orange, so just peeling, starting that peel, and you get that burst of smell when you peel an orange or a citrus fruit, it's because the essential oils in citrus fruits are actually contained in the pith or the peel of the fruit. So when you open or start to peel that fruit, those essential oil sacs are bursting and we're getting to smell those. And have you ever opened a citrus fruit and not just automatically felt just better? I always do. When I used to be on the cross-country team in high school, we used to carry oranges with us to races and just smell them before running. And this was before I knew anything about essential oils. So that wild orange is going to be a great one to really lift you up. But emotionally, wild orange is the oil of abundance. So on a Monday, you're going to want to look forward to a really abundant and full week, full of things to do, full of goal setting and achieving, full of clients, whatever you're looking for. With that oil of abundance, wild orange, it's really going to help switch your mindset to having everything you already need right there for you and expanding on that. For my kids in the morning, I add peppermint to our diffuser with wild orange in there because peppermint is uplifting and peppermint is the oil of a buoyant heart. So that's going to give you energy. It's going to really kind of literally going to give you a pep in your step. And then with that orange, not only do they smell amazing together, so try them in your diffuser next time you wake up. It's a great morning blend. These ones are going to move you forward in a really great abundant mindset. If you don't have those, another one to grab for would be Elevation, which is a blend that doTERRA has, or they also have the aromatherapy emotional blend, the blend kits. So in those aromatherapy emotional oils, you're gonna have a blend called Cheer, and you're also going to have a blend called Motivate. So those all contain a whole bunch of flower oils, which again are going to ground you but lift you up at the same time. They're going to contain citrus oils. Motivate has that wild orange in it for you, so it's going to help you just feel good about moving forward. But let's see. I know Elevation has ylang ylang, which is the oil of the inner child. So again, it's really going to help you with that childlike perspective, looking forward, not worrying about, ugh, I have to work, but just worrying about playing. And Elevation also has Melissa essential oil. So Melissa smells like lemon balm kind of, but that Melissa is the oil of light. And so that one is really going to lift your personal vibration, and it's also going to help you with moving forward, with inspired action, with taking on really big projects, with taking on more than you think you might be able to take on, but you probably actually can take on. So those blends are automatically going to incorporate oils that are going to uplift you and help move you forward. So Elevation is a great one for that. Cheer, and then Motivate. On top of those, when I'm thinking about breaking my personal habits of dealing or perspective, kind of shifting my paradigm and how I'm wanting to look at Monday, I'm kind of wanting to break the previous patterns. So when it comes to changing how I do things, I'm going to want to grab for a fur oil. So Douglas fir, Siberian fir, or white fir are 3 different fur oils that doTERRA has produced. They actually no longer produce white fir, but I'm throwing it in there for anybody who does already use doTERRA and maybe has white fir lying around. I have tons and we still love it, even though it's not currently for sale by doTERRA. But if you don't have white fir, Siberian fir, or Douglas fir, they all do something very similar because they have similar chemistries. But anything having to do with the fir family is going to have to do with changing emotional patterns, changing physical patterns, and they all really have to do with kind of generational issues. So if there's something that you saw go on in your family when you were little and you kind of converted that to truth for yourself, you created this statement for yourself based on how you were raised or how your family functioned growing up. So things like, now it's Monday, now we have to get back to the daily grind, is definitely a learned pattern. It's a generational message that we tend to get as kiddos. And so when you're really wanting to kind of shift the idea that, woo, Mondays are going to be awesome ways to start our week, then you're going to want to grab a fir oil. So that Douglas fir is going to be the oil of generational wisdom. The Siberian fir is going to be, checking my notes, the oil of aging and perspective. And then that white fir is going to be the oil of generational healing. So all three of those are really going to touch on changing your perspective, on, what did I write down? Being honest with what you're trying to accomplish. So not just being like, oh, it's fine, I got this, but really looking at why you're approaching your Mondays, maybe this particular way. And then it's really going to help you with the feeling of being optimistic as you're moving forward and changing these patterns. And then a couple other ones I wanted to throw in there, especially for Mondays. We're really looking at, we're adults, we're supposed to be responsible, right? The oil of responsibility is fennel, and fennel is actually really great for your overall, your adrenals. Sorry, I always forget the word adrenals. That fennel is really going to help you with energy. It's going to help you boost your overall physiological movement. You're feeling awake, you're feeling ready, you're feeling prepared. So that fennel is that oil of responsibility that's going to help you really get started and feel like you're really taking that day on, and you are taking responsibility for taking that day on. What else do I have? I talked about blue tansy. Cypress is the oil of movement. So again, we're wanting to feel good, but we're also wanting to move forward with our to-do list and with everything we have going on Mondays. That cypress is really, again, that's an uplifting one, and it's a tiny bit of a stimulant, kind of like peppermint, not so much like coffee, but more mentally, it's going to help you just keep chugging forward. And then birch, and I absolutely love birch on Monday, and the reason is because it smells good. It kind of smells like peppermint. It adds kind of a spicy, minty flavor to whatever blend you're throwing into your diffuser. You can even just put birch on you, but birch is the oil of support. So it really helps any individuals moving forward despite the fact that they may not feel supported by friends, by colleagues, by family members, maybe even by themselves. So it really helps you support yourself. It helps you move towards faith in what you're doing. It really helps you just move forward even though there's nobody with you. So it helps you forge a new path. And for me, changing my whole perspective on Mondays is a brand new path for me. And it's probably something that a lot of people might benefit from. But for me, I'm going to look for something to uplift me. I'm going to grab something to help me with those old habits or those old patterns, and then I'm going to grab for something that helps me move forward or helps me feel supported or helps me feel more empowered. So one of those three, flowers and citrus, are always going to be uplifting. Tree oils like the firs and the birch are going to be more grounding. And then moving forward, a lot of times those oils tend to come from different herbs, interestingly enough. So I hope you guys are having a really, really great Monday. I am, because I'm using all the oils that I'm suggesting. Wild orange especially is my hands down. Wild orange and rose are my hands down go-to. And since it is Monday, April 23rd, please consider checking out our informational meeting about our upcoming TERRAfit 12-week fitness challenge tonight at 6:30. And again, I will post the Zoom link. So I hope everybody has a really, really great rest of your Monday. Have a great week, and I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks, everybody.